Yeah, unbelievable day. So proud of everyone. To see Wembley, full of blue and yellow today. The support that we had, 30,000, I think in the end, shows what this club's about. So to be able to deliver and repay, the faith that's been shown in me to take this club forward, I'm so pleased.
And for you personally, you've won promotion as a player, but it must feel different as a manager, as a leader.
Yeah, it's the best feeling, best day in my whole career. Playing and managing and coaching. Had successes with both, but now to get that success as a manager, to be able to lead the team out here today was a privilege in itself. But to go on and obviously win the game, that was the icing really.
And yes, with the game itself, generally did deserve it, didn't you? To me, you looked the better team. Didn't really come under much advantage at all.
It felt that way. Sometimes you see it differently, and you might feel differently on the touchline. But I did feel that we deserved it. I felt like we had the better moments in the game. I knew it was going to be a close game too. I think two really evenly matched teams, and I expected it to sort of go the way that it did. But you obviously hope that you can come up with a moment of quality. And I think we had the better moments, and obviously the goal is the defining moment. So for Miles to pop up, especially at that time, I thought it was a good time to score, to give us that lead at half time, and we've been good at defending this season. So to see it through was great.
And if if you include Grimsby, I think it's 4 clean sheets in a row, so it just shows, doesn't it, how important a solid defence is, especially in these types of games.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been all season. We conceded the least amount in the league, and I think about 10 goals less than the next team. So we've been solid all season, most clean sheets, and we've had to be at our defensively at our best for the last 4 games. And we always think we've got a moment. You don't want it to be 1-0. You want it to be more comfy than that, and perhaps it could have been in the end. We had another one with Josh Nerfield had a chance. Marcus Brown had a couple of sniffs, but sometimes one's enough if you can defend the way that we can.
You've got to be happy with Marcus' performance, obviously, in that first half, especially. It looked like he was really driving the team forward, and obviously got the goal in the end.
Yeah, I think it was his best performance in a Wimbledon shirt, to be honest. And he's a man for a big occasion. He enjoys being in these moments because he's not afraid to express himself. So I'm pleased for him. He's had an up and down season as far as injuries and stuff like that, and he was playing really well at the start of the season and got injured. Missed a big chunk, and he took his time to get back in the team, took his time to get back to his level, but he's arrived back at the highest level that he's been at all season just in time. In the last few games he's been excellent, and I think it culminated in obviously the winning performance today.
Obviously, you know South London incredibly well. A great couple of weeks for South London football. I mean,
couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, no, unbelievable. I mean, how delighted are you to just get over the line and make sure that you kept those good times rolling?
Yeah, I'm just buzzing. I was pleased with what happened yesterday. Charlton getting that win. Club that I've got a long history with. So to see them get it done yesterday was nice. Get back to at the very least where they should be in the Championship. But obviously today was about Wimbledon, and it was about myself leading the team, and that was all I had in my mind. Even when I was watching the game yesterday, you're thinking about what we need to do today, and lots of messages from people that was there yesterday saying your turn now, go and back it up, and that's what we managed to do. So yeah, what a great weekend.
Going to get the guitar out?
I wouldn't have thought so. Anything that I get out at the minute gets doused in champagne, so they're a bit too precious, my guitars, to let these lads loose on it, I think.
Johnny, I mean, 50,000 here today. The final yesterday, what was it? 76,000. There was 82,000 here on Saturday. Record actually crowds for EFL finals weekend. What does that tell you about football outside the Premier League?
I think there's just such an appetite for it. It shows you the types of teams, the clubs, the level that is outside the Premier League, and I think you've seen over these last 3 days. You've seen English football in its best light. I think to have 50,000 at a 4th tier game is nothing short of incredible, you know. So for me to see 30,000 Wimbledon fans here, you got to remember this club's in its infancy, if you like, in this incarnation. It was four fellas in a pub that formed it 23?
Yes, 2002.
23 years ago.
23 years.
So just talking to one of them in there is Trevor helps out with the kit on match days because he just loves this club, and he was one of those four fellas that were sat, and he's just saying to see 30,000 AFC Wimbledon fans here is nothing short of incredible. So I think it just shows you the power of football, and that's why we all love it.
You had Dave Bassett here today, who of course took the club from the 4th division to the old 1st division. Not suggesting that's going to happen necessarily again, but what is sort of the ambition going forward now? What we've tried to do in the 3 years that I've been here is to continuously improve. So we've done that. The first season was tough. It was a rebuilding job. The club had just been relegated. It was just about staying in the division, and then last season we finished 10th and sort of flirted with the playoffs but didn't quite make it. This season we finished 5th, and then we go and get promoted from via the playoffs. So we want to try and strive to improve again next season. So it's difficult because you're going up a level, and we certainly won't be one of the big guns in that league as far as our resources. But what we've got here is we've got a spirit like no other. And I know everyone thinks that about their club, but this club was born out of that spirit and that adversity, and we all know the story and what happened. But the four fellas in a pub had an idea, and they rolled with it, and today you see why they've done it. In terms of yourself, obviously at Charlton, Club Dear to Your Heart, you kept them up in League One, and you obviously didn't get the chance to continue there because the previous owner decided otherwise, but you've gradually improved Wimbledon, haven't you, since you've taken over here?
Yeah, I thought I'd done a good job there. I took over when that club was not in great shape, down the bottom of the league, and managed to turn the fortunes around, and then obviously hoping to get the opportunity, but didn't. That's football, that's the nature of it. But pretty quickly I was given a new opportunity here, and I grabbed it, I jumped at it. I was desperate to stay in football and felt like I had loads to offer. It was the perfect opportunity for me, and I'm just glad that that first season was tough, but there was a lot of dark sort of tough moments really, and a lot of faith had to be shown in me that we would pull through. So days like today, especially getting over the line, is me repaying the faith that was shown in me. So.
Now you just finally, you mentioned earlier that the club was formed in a pub. How many pubs will be visited in the next sort of 24, 48 hours?
Quite a few. I think this is my last press conference, and I'm going to go and create a pub in the changing room with the staff, have a few, and then I think we've got a little party down the road where our friends and family will be. So sure, it'll be a pretty lively night.
Brilliant. Congratulations.
Thank you.